These are the plaintiffs, Melinda Ann Nowicki and Isabella Rose O'Brien. Melinda says she entered into a deal with the defendants to trade cars. She gave her a 2002 Mercedes convertible, and she was supposed to get a mint 2004 Discovery Land Rover. The defendants were supposed to pay her an additional $1,500 in the deal because the Mercedes was worth more than the Land Rover, but they haven't. That's right, they double-crossed her. She's not about to let them get away with it and is suing for $3,000, the amount they're now out. These are the defendants, Lillian Serator and Michael Scarduzio. Lillian says the plaintiffs are just sore because the Mercedes is worth more now that the weather is nice and it's a convertible. The plaintiffs have buyer's remorse, are just causing problems because they're upset with the deal they made last winter. But one thing's for sure, they owe them nothing. They're accused of not making an even swap.
All parties, please raise your right hand.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket. These litigants made a deal to trade cars, a Mercedes for a Land Rover. But there was money involved, and the plaintiffs say they were swindled. Now, the defendants say the plaintiffs just have buyer's remorse. It's the case of game over, Rover.
Thank you, Douglas. Melinda Ann Nowicki.
That's me.
And Isabella Rose O'Brien. What's your relationship?
She's my daughter.
Honest to God, it's like you're twins. You are suing Lillian Seratore and Michael Scarduzio for $3,000 that you say they owe you because of a car sale that kind of went sour. Tell me what happened.
Basically, we saw them driving down the road, Michael, and in a Land Rover. My daughter was very interested in the car.
I assume it had a for sale sign. You weren't just chasing down your nearby Land Rover. Okay.
It had a for sale sign. We called the number. We then tried to come up with the money for the car. We gave them an initial $500 deposit, which we told them to hold on to until we were able to make the purchase for the entire vehicle.
How much was it?
$4,500.
Did you test drive it?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
So you test drive it, you like it, you give him $500,
yes.
And you tell him, hold on to it, we'll have the rest of the money when?
Well, I had to sell, I was looking to sell both of my cars. I have two cars, actually. A Volkswagen Cabrio.
What year?
A 2004, and also a Volkswagen, I had a Mercedes CLK 55 AMG.
What year?
2002.
Okay.
They, in turn, were looking to purchase a truck from a dealership locally. And the first thing that they did is they put down my $500 deposit on the truck that they were looking to buy.
Boy, everything's contingent on something else, and nobody understands how things went wrong. Okay, yeah. Go ahead.
So in the meantime, I was looking to trade in my car to the salesperson that I purchased the Mercedes from. And because it was winter time, it was the time of year, he was unable.
It's a convertible.
Convertible,
okay.
Yes. He was unable to give me what I was looking.
And therefore, what did you do?
I asked Mike, and I have everything in text, did he have any suggestions? And he said that if we took the Mercedes to the dealership and put it
as a down payment on the new car?
We were going to do a swap. I looked up her car on Kelley Blue Book. To be fair, $5,500 in mint condition, good upkeep. We never really asked. She told me she babied the car.
How much was your dealership giving you?
So they gave me $38 plus her $500 deposit would have been $4,300
Okay,
flat.
so you were giving her the $3,800 credit on the purchase. So you agree to get $3,800 for the Mercedes?
No, dealership.
I'm sorry.
No.
What did you agree to get for the Mercedes?
$4,500.
Just a minute.
Or
from the dealership?
$5,500.
From the dealership?
From them.
From them?
Yes, $5,500.
Okay, is that accurate?
No, completely inaccurate.
I have it all in writing.
Okay, let me see.
All in writing.
First of all, why would you sign?
What is that, text?
Yeah,
Give me your phone.
messages.
I don't want to see it typed
here.
up on a piece of paper. I could do that. Go ahead.
This was the
Got it right
deal.
here.
She came to the dealership with me, okay? She had met at my house before that. I was at work. She had her mechanic come check out the car. Car was sold as is. I have documentation from my Craigslist I have told her everything that was wrong with
The
it.
car you sold her.
Everything was visible to you. You have
Okay.
to be blind not to see it, okay? So we go to the dealership. She signs over the car to me, and we signed over my title to her. The dealership can't take the title.
Wait, I'm sorry. Why are you signing your title over to her if she hasn't paid for the car?
Because that wasn't the deal. It was an even swap.
So she sold you the Mercedes for $3,800.
Exactly.
Then she got in exchange the Land Rover
My Land
for
Rover.
that plus her $500, and you owe her $0.
I owe her $1,000.
Where does $1,000 come in?
Because on Kelly Blue Book, I was being fair with her. On Kelly Blue Book, her car was listed at $5,500. My car was only being sold for $4,500. So we promised her upon tax season, I will, and was in writing, I will give you the
Let
difference.
me see the in writing. Is there a contract?
It was a little piece of paper that was signed, yes.
Okay, you don't have it? Why do you
No,
sign papers if you're not going to keep a copy of it? Where's the piece of paper?
What happened to it? It was misplaced. My daughter, we put it in the glove compartment, but I do have it in writing exactly
Okay, but
what
I'd
was
like to see
on
what. Yeah, but no, these
the
are
piece of paper.
texts which are probative. It's
Yeah.
not that they're not probative. I look at them. Put your hand down. I look at them all the time. But if there's a contract between the two of you, that would be the best evidence of what the final decision. Don't nod.
It's
Why are you
true.
bobbleheading? You should have a copy of it. Do you have a telephone?
Yes,
Okay. Does your telephone take pictures?
yes.
Could you have taken a picture of the document in question?
I could have. I knew she wouldn't bring it.
It would make
only
a
hurt
lot
her.
of sense to have done that at the time, right? Because now no longer can people say, well, there was not a copy machine nearby. If you could take a picture of your food, you can take a picture of evidence, things that might become important later.
So does it make sense ever to, like, barter cars?
No, it does not make sense at all.
And why?
Because you don't know legal standpoints on another person's car, and that's just...
Are you ever both going to feel the same way about the deal you got when you get somebody else's car and they get yours?
No, you're not.
You're going to have bad feelings, right?
Probably.
You're going to get pissed off and maybe sue, right?
Probably.
Exactly. Going inside the courtroom.
All right, let me read the text. Hold on.
Okay.
When did you take possession of the Land Rover?
I believe it was January 28th.
So according to you, you hand over the title to that, and she at the same time hands over the title to the Mercedes.
Yes.
And all that's January 28th. And when are you going to pay the other $1,000?
As soon as my tax money had come in.
Did you ever pay the other $1,000?
No, because the tax money hadn't come in, and upon this is when this all went south. She texts me about 3 weeks later, and upon that text messaging, I think it was through me, I'm not sure if it was through Michael, through the phone.
To Michael.
I tell her, yeah, my deal fell through at the dealership. The paperwork was bad. We didn't want to do the deal. So I tell her that I'm stuck with the Mercedes, and that's my problem. It's not hers anymore. The Mercedes is mine.
So you end up keeping the Mercedes.
And I got half of the $500 deposit back because
Yeah,
they
but
charged me
then
for a
why
lot fee.
don't you pay the $1,000 you owe? I still
My
not-
tax money still hadn't come in, and that's when she filed
Yeah,
paper.
but why haven't you paid it now?
Oh, because she texted me in like February, March, and I tell her it's not coming in. Then when she got all rude like that and threatened to take me to court, I
Then
was
you
like,
decide
"Then
that you
take
don't
me to
have a
court."
legal obligation to pay the $1,000.
No, it
Don't you think
wasn't
you'd look
that.
better in court if you had paid the $1,000?
I was trying to be nice
Why
to her.
is there negotiation after you take possession of the car? But put your hand down and listen to me.
Okay.
Why is there talk about this after the transaction happens?
Because she's decided to change the numbers.
How is it you get to change the numbers after you've taken possession of the car? Why do you get all upset when you find out they're driving the Mercedes?
Because if you read further on, it says, I cannot accept any less than $5,500 for the value of the car.
What does that have to do with them driving the Mercedes?
That they fraudulently, we went to the dealership.
Why is that fraudulent? You signed your Mercedes over to them.
To the dealer. I did not sign it over to them.
But then the dealer sent it to her. I don't care how it happened. Now, look, you're dead wrong. I don't care whether you sent it over to the dealer or to her. You can't whine later that you took too
We
few
had to
money.
go to
Stop.
DMV.
What I do want to, I want to get your take on this text that I'm reading now. When she is starting to look for wiggle room on Wednesday, January 28th, once she's taken the car, and she says, I can't, I'm sorry. I need $5,500 for my car. That's what Mike and I agreed upon. I want $6,000 for my car, but I was making the deal with Mike for $5,500. Mike, start talking. True or not true? Oh, Mike's panicking. Go ahead.
Yeah, $1,000 was agreed upon.
So we can do the $1,000 when you get your return, then the additional $500 you can pay monthly. Sound good? Sounds great. Why did you say sounds great? Oh, that was Mike. Oh, Mike's a nice, oh, wait, I know, I recognize this. He's the nice guy in the relationship, and you're the one that gets things done.
Yeah, pretty much. She's the boss.
How long have you been married?
We're not married.
Oh, you're not? What are you waiting for?
I don't know.
Who's waiting, you or her?
Me.
What's your problem?
I don't know.
Dude, you can't put one foot in front of the other without this woman.
I know.
How long have you been dating her?
Close to 4 years.
What's wrong with you? How old are you?
29.
How old are you?
37.
Oh, you go, girl. You can see exactly when everything goes wrong.
Mm-hmm.
She sends you a text saying, look, pay me the $1,500 when you get your tax check. And then she says, or give me my car back and my $500 deposit and you can take this piece of crap truck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you kind of, I have to tell you that I realize that you were frustrated, but these don't help. You got so mad when you found out, I'm talking. You got so mad when you found out that they were driving your Mercedes that you started to write stuff down that you should probably say to a mirror first to get it out of you. You know what I mean? The say it, forget it, write it, regret it. Then you just stop responding entirely. She texts you in February. She texts you in March, March 26, March 27, April 9.
I believe that they blocked my number, and there's also messages in there that was sent to a group text to both of them.
I don't need to see them. I think they owe you the $1,500. And let me tell you, that was a close call because if you have a deal that's for X and you sign it and everything's fine, you know, and then you want to change the deal, when you just say, hey, I want more, and someone says yes, technically speaking, you're not giving up something, so it's unenforceable. But in this case, I think she did give up something, which was time. This other $1,500 that you're suing for fair market value, forget it. You sold a car, you sold a car. I don't care whether you sold it to the Mercedes dealership or to them. I don't care what's wrong with the Land Rover. I don't care what's wrong with the Mercedes. Both of you have an as-is used car sale. It's both your own problems to absorb. But the $1,500, I am entering a judgment in favor of the plaintiffs in the amount of the $1,500. Verdict for the plaintiffs. Good luck.
All right, so it was a close decision, says the judge, but the plaintiff gets the $1,500, not all what she sued for, and you lose.
It's okay with me. That's fair.
The $1,500 is fair?
Yes,
You
I
would have
agree.
been willing to pay that and not come into court?
Yeah, yes. But she wouldn't have harassed me and started yelling about lawyers and all this other stuff. Yeah.
All right, mister.
I agree with her.
Are you going to make it official?
I think so.
When, right now?
No.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to embarrass you. All right, head right out this way. All right, so step in here. You get, well, what do you think of what you got?
I was hoping for more. I wish I could have been able to, given the opportunity to speak a little bit more and tell a little bit more about our side.
What would you have said that would have been so earth-shattering?
That the dealership actually told us that they fraudulently took the Mercedes, took over possession of the Mercedes by telling them they didn't owe
You
me.
wish you would handle this differently on the texting?
I wish I would never have had come into contact with these people before.
Harvey?
Okay, I got to tell you something. You know, bartering is dicey. You can do it, but usually get it in writing, but especially if there's a monetary supplement in a barter. You have to get that in writing. There is so much room for misunderstanding and lawsuits. You just don't want that. And that will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.